So you've been self-publishing books or you're thinking about breaking into it as an author, but you want to be very careful, and I mean really careful when it comes to these 10 worst mistakes that an author can make and could be career ending. All that and more in today's broadcast, so make sure you stay tuned. This is Self-Publishing with Dale, where you'll learn to publish books that sell and build an unstoppable author brand. If you want to learn more about writing, publishing, and building your online author platform, make sure that you hit the little subscribe button, turn bell notifications on, so that way you don't miss a single video. Yeah, I've talked about mistakes here on this channel. In fact, I've made a lot of mistakes, but thankfully it has not ended my career. Knock on wood, at least particle wood. And I want to make sure I steer you clear of some of these mistakes because, I don't want it to end your career. I might be giving you a little bit of hyperbole on some of these things and some what-if scenarios. But in other instances, in these top 10 worst author mistakes that you can make are some that could end your career permanently. And so let's go ahead. I'm going to go in the order of what I feel is important. If you disagree in some capacity, you agree with me, let me know inside the comments. Put hashtag agree or hashtag disagree. We're going to start it out in the order of importance, I feel, is number 10. The very first one is never defining your brand mission. Oh, you're probably going, how is that going to end my career? Well, there's some things that people don't understand, and we're in the day and age that a lot of people want that instant gratification. They want to get their information and they want it now, or they're deucing out, or they're going to say how horrible you are. And this is the thing, you've got to really niche down when you're an author. You need to describe what your author brand is and the mission that you have, because I see a lot of authors out here that want to be everything to everyone. The problem is when you try to be everything to everyone, you're nothing to anybody. And that's not a good thing. I see some people that are putting out their author brand and they're doing how-to manuals for fixing your car, and then they're doing a Werebear Shapeshifter romance, and then they're doing kids, ABC books, and they're doing this all underneath one author brand. The problem is you're just going everywhere. You're like a fire hose spraying off into the wind, and people are going to be like, whoa, I don't know what to expect from this person. And eventually what's going to happen? You're just going to give up. Because you're kind of going, well, no one wants my work. My work's not good enough. It's not that your work's not good enough. It's that you haven't defined your brand mission. Get good on that. Number 9, what happens when you start to just cram 10 pounds of horse manure in a 5-pound bag? It gets too much. You're trying to do it alone. You're trying to go it alone, and you get burnt out. And so we got these people that aren't defining their brand mission. And they're not seeing the results. And they're just trying to do this one-man show. And I applaud you. If you're doing it yourself, you're the solopreneur, congrats if you've had any modicum of success. But I will be straight up honest with you. It wasn't until I started to really build a network of people I could work with that I started to see incremental growth. Because when I hired out editors, when I hired out graphic designers for my covers, when I got an assistant that could help me, manage my task and mitigate any kind of time lost through other small things, that I started to see it grow. I understand you might not have much money, but if you become resourceful and you start to network with other people in your industry, you don't have to go it alone, and you won't burn out. In fact, when you start to feel like you're getting burnt out, chances are likely there's going to be some people that are going to come along and pat you on the back and encourage you and tell you to keep going along. Could it end your career going alone? Maybe. I've seen a lot of people give up because they try to do it by themselves. And I inevitably say, well, have you talked to any other indie authors? No. Do you hire out your editors? No. Do you get at least a graphic designer for your books? No. Well, no kidding, you're burnt out. You need to get some more support. Number 8, going all in with no plan B. I'm proud of you. And you should be proud of yourself if you wrote a book. Whether you've done a short story or you've done an epic novel, you decided to bare your soul to the world. And you want to be rewarded for it. Sadly, we're not entitled to a thing. And just because you did this amazing work doesn't necessarily mean that you should go all in. If you're currently carrying a full-time job, part-time job, or you're a full-time parent, and you're trying to become an author, one of the worst things you can do is try to go all in. I will promise you, it is a hard road. 99.999% of the people that try to go all in on this specific career without some type of backup or a plan B, they end up failing and they end up becoming resentful to the business. And that right there is just, it's not a good thing. And again, leads to burnout, which of course, career-ending, folks. All right, here's a little bit more of the cautionary stuff. So now I'm going to start to kind of share some stuff that you're going to probably agree with me on this one. Number 7, signing away your rights without legal consult. So I actually interviewed someone not too long ago, this past year. His name was Bill Latoria, and a big shout out to you, buddy, Bill. And he ran into the issue of signing away his rights to a vanity publisher. Well, the rights to that book are forever captured with this vanity publisher who has just pretty much cut off all ties with him. He won't see any more of that money. Now, can you imagine if there was more of a long-term contract with this specific company? Let's say that everything that he wrote was their property, like he was recognized as an employee of them. Now, that wasn't the case. This is just an extreme case of what could happen. It could be career ending, and that you've signed away the rights to your intellectual property. And again, there's the burnout road. But there's also just the legal consequences. So before you ever sign a contract, whether physically or virtually, consult a lawyer, because that really is very serious information, and you just never know. If you just step somewhere south of the agreement that you agreed to, they can bring you to court and hang you out to dry. And you will pretty much have your hands shackled on this. Bye-bye as your writing career. So, next one. This one right here, number 6. Questionable collaborations. Now, I'm going to say this right now. Questionable collaborations. You're going to probably put your own spin on this. But there's going to be some authors out there that it's going to be good for you to be associated with. There's going to be some businesses that's good to be associated with them. But then there's going to be some more questionable ones that are maybe flying south of terms of service on various platforms. Maybe they have a checkered history, and these collaborations kind of get you lumped in with the wrong people. So what ends up happening is it indirectly blackballs you from the areas that you would like to get into. And so then you're kind of forced into this little box, and you're having to try to break out of this box based on the collaborations you've made. I myself, and this is outside of the publishing industry, this is here within the video content creator industry, have associated with a couple of people that have a checkered history. And it was unwittingly done on my behalf. And Lord knows I should take it with a grain of salt when I read it inside the K-Boards forums. I see you guys there. And they start to wonder, well, he's associated with these people who are scam artists, so doesn't this make him questionable? Hey, look, folks, people make mistakes. Sometimes they go into things with hopeless optimism, thinking the best is going to come of it. Yet sometimes the worst things happen. So I just implore you, be careful with who you collaborate with. Make sure that they have a history that's good, that they have a track record, and also that they have, pretty much authority or public authority, so that way you know that them being in the public spotlight, they're not going to do anything that's going to besmirch their name. So, next one up here. Mistake number 5. Oh, no editing or proofreading. I've seen this far too many times. And some people, I did edit. Okay, well, what did your editor think? Well, no, I didn't hire an editor. Okay. First of all, you should hire an editor. Hire an editor. It's going to be worth it. If you can't hire an editor, get a group of peers who are unbiased that will tear apart your work from top to bottom, inside out. Never publish a first draft, ever. I give you full permission to write hammered garbage in your first draft, but if you're just publishing that, that's just lazy. And the problem is, your readers are going to see it, and that will forever put a black mark on your eye, in that they're going to say, well, this author doesn't know what they're doing. And they're going to tell other people. I just read this garbage book the other day. It's like someone didn't even edit it. Yeah, so no editing and proofreading. Listen, I want everybody to vow to me right now. Drop it inside the comments. You watching this? I will not release hammered garbage. Repeat after me. I will not release hammered garbage. And hammered garbage comes that you don't do any editing or proofreading. So edit and proofread it thoroughly, folks. Don't rush it. Don't skip this process. All right, here we go. Next one. Mistake number 4. Misusing social media. Oh boy, we're in the age now of cancel culture. You do just one slight misstep, and next thing you know, you've become the next viral meme where everybody's poking at you. Folks, this is the thing. This is powerful. This is like a knife. It can cut in both directions. You are not careful with it. So before you go fire off your latest tweet where you're raging on somebody, or you're wanting to say some kind of weird political agenda, or if you're wanting to kind of bash someone's religion, you may want to pause, because this is your public profile. In fact, it's become such a great tool that even professional wrestlers use it to make themselves look like bad guys or make themselves look like good guys, and people are buying in. So you can see how easy it is to manipulate people's beliefs of who you are and what your brand is. And if you are not careful and you misuse the social media, you will get crucified and tossed off to the side. Your career can be called an end. Need I even bring up someone simple as, say, Roseanne? Roseanne, bye, see ya. She got kicked off her own show. Now, that's for another debate for another day, but that just goes to show you, misuse social media. People are paying attention, and they will forever keep this in the online ethos. Someone is watching at all times, and remember that. Social media is a stage. People are watching. Next tip, all right, next mistake, excuse me. Author mistake number 3, gaming the system. The people that look for the loopholes, those people that are doing review swaps when Amazon says you can't do review swaps. The people that are trying to figure out how to get more page reads by manipulating the system. The people that go and read over the terms of service and figure out, okay, where can I just slip in here so I can make more money? You know, that's another way just to kind of get yourself banned. I'm not going to get on a rant here, but honestly, if you're trying to game the system, you're trying to figure out the easy button to this business, stop, okay? And you will get caught eventually. I promise you, you will get caught. Someone is watching at all times, even on social media when it comes to your author platform. So stop looking for loopholes, because as soon as you find that loophole, they're going to catch you doing it. They're going to close that loophole up, and you're going to be used as the example. Next one, and we already talked about loopholes, fake reviews. Is your book that crappy that you've got to get fake reviews? That you've got to hire a virtual assistant to put on reviews that say it's 5 stars, am a good read? Yeah, that's clearly not somebody who has a good control of the English language, says the man that's stuttering. You know, look, if you want more reviews, then you need to market more. You need to build an email list. You need to build a following and ask them. It'd be really awesome if you left a 100% honest review on my book. You don't go pay a virtual assistant to go get fake reviews for you, all right? That just smacks of amateur hour. When I see a bunch of fake reviews on a book, it's all 5 stars, makes me kind of question, like, okay, there has to be something bad. Even Stephen King gets 1-star reviews, and folks, the man's a prolific novelist who puts out amazing work. That just kind of goes to show that you get fake reviews, it's going to just ruin you. It will ruin you. And someone catches you eventually, be it on Amazon or your fans catch you, bye-bye career. So I've got one final tip before we jump into things here. One more. If you're enjoying it, which mistake did you see other people doing? And what do you agree or disagree with some of the information I've shared with you so far? This last one is going to be killer. And I think you guys will all agree with me on this. Just want to do a quick plug here. Every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, dalelinks.com/live. We'll be live right here on Self-Publishing with Dale on YouTube. You don't want to miss out on that. And of course, every Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then twitch.tv/self-publish. We'll be doing the podcast recording. You can subscribe for free with your Amazon Prime. You can see how to do that at dalelinks.com/Twitch Prime. Alrighty, so we got one last mistake here, and this one is a very big one. And this probably goes through gaming the system and anybody that's just trying to work things and try to find that shortcut. Talked about this one before. Mistake number 1, plagiarism. All right, anybody that's going out there trying to steal someone's intellectual property, shame on you. You know, listen, you're not an author. You're a scam artist if you're trying to plagiarize from people. If you're trying to go over and find a book description and you swipe it and don't change anything, you put it on it, you're a plagiarist. All right? Plagiarism is not a good look on you. If you're going to be an author, then put out the content that comes from your heart. No matter how ugly it looks, no matter how low the reviews are or how low the sales are, at least you can be proud of the fact that you are a real author, that you're a person who puts their blood, sweat, and tears into things, and regardless of the outcome, you stood behind what you put out onto the market. And I applaud you. If you don't plagiarize work and you put out work that maybe is not as great, could have been better edited or better proofread, at least you didn't steal someone's work. So that was the 10 worst author mistakes that could end your career as an author chat. And so the very next video, I'm going to talk about how I lost thousands of dollars with some of the mistakes I did. Yeah, thousands. And it's not a hyperbole here, folks. I really, really messed up big time. You're going to see this in the next video. So I'm going to see you on over there. You don't want to miss it. What are you waiting for?